he proceeded to help them say, listen, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to help you build something. But first of all, you've got to realize what you have now and what you really want. And he came up with a principle called the pipeline principle. So instead of having people come into Primerica, that we say, you want a business? Would you like to own a company? Would you like to have a hierarchy? Would you like to have a team? See, all these words, like I heard you say last night, team, 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 team. Not that that's wrong, but my mind, I'm trying to convert that to the pipeline. When we build your pipeline, because I think team doesn't explain anything, hierarchy doesn't explain anything, organization doesn't explain anything, but the pipeline principle explains it. So one of the things you have to do when you leave here is get on YouTube and get the pipeline principle of building a business. It's a cartoonish thing, and Karen, promise me, next time I come into town, you're running that computer. If I see this one more time.
I love Larry. Larry ain't here, is he? God bless Larry.
You know what I mean, right? We had a little bit of a technical malfunction.
We're on film for him.
And every night I come here. Get Lauren in there. It's under 20. And it's a great video. It's called The Pipeline Principle of Building a Business. Very cartoonish, only 8 to 9 minutes long. And it's a powerful, powerful principle. And it tells the story of two men who are being paid to bring water to a village. And they're bringing it by the bucket. And so they bring the bucket, they get paid. They bring another bucket, they get paid. And eventually one of the guys says, I don't want to do this the rest of my life. This is getting old. This is getting tiresome. I can't make enough money. So what does he do? He builds a pipeline for the water to come in. And so basically it's, do you want to tote a bucket the rest of your life, or do you want to build a pipeline? And so what we're converting people from in life are from pipeline toters to pipeline builders. Can you imagine? And what Mike Tuttle does at his meetings, which is, I kind of did a little bit last night, he said, I get a kid in the area, and he gets about 20, 25 people at the meeting. He hired like 24 people his first month. And he never talks about the products, other than I'll talk about what he does in a second. But he brings this kid in, who's probably an 18-year-old kid who wants to make $100. And he comes in, he gets him a bucket. And in the bucket is 50 pounds. And he said, now I want you to tote that bucket from here to there. Keep toting that bucket, keep toting that bucket. Keep going back and forth, toting that bucket. He said after about 5 minutes, kid's working up a sweat, 50 pounds. He said, now you got a bad leg. So I want you to have to limp back and forth. Do it faster because you need more money. And he said that you got to be brain dead to want to do that for the rest of your life. He said what you want to have is a pipeline where your income keeps coming in of the water instead of you going out there getting the bucket of water. And the same basic principle that when you have an oil well, you don't go out and see a man carrying 2 buckets of oil and wandering not down to the refinery. But see, all we've ever been taught all our lives is have a bucket, build a bucket. Tote that bucket. I got a nice bucket. I got a fancy bucket. I got a big bucket. I make a lot of money, but you still got to tote a bucket. Well, I know a guy that makes $150,000 a year, but he still has to tote a bucket. He's traveling a lot more. Responsibilities. You wear out. Your back gets tired. And and if you don't have a pipeline, one day you'll wear out. Right now, 67% of all Americans admit they're not happy at their jobs. It's not that they're unhappy at their jobs. They're unhappy having to tote a bucket every day. And if you work downtown Detroit, on Monday morning, you leave at 7 o'clock to get there by 8 just to tote your bucket, and you've already frustrated because of all the traffic. And then you come home, you leave at 5 o'clock or something like that. You have to fight another hour to get back. By the time you eat, help your kids, change clothes, you're back in the bucket toting again. And there's no hope that it'll ever change. No hope. I was talking to a woman at McDonald's the other day. She's the manager. I said, how long have you been working here? She said, 10 years, and I'm tired. Because she looked it. But what's the hope? I mean, no matter where you go, you're going to have to tote a bucket. Yeah, you might be tired of this, but you go over there and get about 6 months later, you're tired of that one too. And so what Mike Tuttle, and I went to Walmart, and I got a bunch of these. You know, these are called noodles. And we cut them up and we give them out to people that, you know, in our office. Here, take your noodle, because this is your job to help people not build a business, not to build a hierarchy, not to build, because it focuses in their minds what the job is. Well, I want to become an RVP. I don't know what that means. But I tell you what, I know what being a pipeline means. The money keeps coming in whether or not you work. And last night, and I did this the other day too, I got a stack of $1 bills and had this kid under you, Ryan, and I had him tote this bucket back and forth. And every time he came, I gave him $1. But in order, you want another $1? Go to that wall, bring it back. Here's $1. Bring another $1. Oh, you want to go on vacation? Yeah, you go on vacation, but the money stops. And we stopped to talk for a few minutes. I said, Ryan, this is nice talking to you, but you're not making any money. Get out over there. And I said, now let's build a pipeline. So I said, here's Gerald. And Gerald, who's your best friend? Well, Zenaida. Well, Zenaida, who's your best friend? Well, my cousin Tharman, right? And Tharman, who's your best friend? Well, Karen. So I said, come over here, Gerald. And I started thinking, Gerald, you built a pipeline. Look at this. While we're talking, guess what's happening? Money keeps coming in. Gerald, look at this. Isn't that great? Now, Gerald, go in the back of the room and go on vacation. But see, it doesn't make any difference, Gerald. Money keeps coming in. Money keeps coming in. Money keeps coming in. Now, you want to take time to go visit your daughter in college? Okay, money keeps coming in. Money keeps coming in. You're on a permanent vacation. Permanent vacation. Not a 2-week vacation. Permanent vacation. So we've got to build in the minds of people that they need a pipeline in their life. And we want to convert people from the bucket thinkers, we call them bucketeers, bucketeer life to a pipeline life. And so the first person that we have to help convert is you. Because although you're in Primerica, you're a bucket toter mentality. Yep. In my office, I drive people nuts because when I do something, I go to the extreme. I went out and I got this cute little bucket. It's about that big, cute little bucket, and it's got the picture of Elsa on it from Frozen. So we start people out by giving them a small bucket and starting the bucket training process when they're small. Then when they get about 2 or 3, guess what we do? We get them a sand bucket with a little nice, cute little thing, right? A little bit bigger. And then so we get them a bigger, what? Home Depot bucket. Because that's what you're going to do in your blue collar Home Depot. But then we got this really pretty, cost me $20, silver bucket. You know, ice bucket, beautiful bucket. That's because you went to the University of Michigan. And you got a degree bucket. And it's silver, and it's beautiful, and it's sophisticated, and I know you're proud of it, and you're looking down at the Home Depot bucket people, right? Because the silver lined bucket people always look down at the Home Depot people, but the reality is it's still a bucket.
Yep. Bucket
and you still have to tote that bucket and for the rest of your life. And now, in all honesty, can a bucket toter's life get any better?
No.
Seriously, I want you to think about this for a second. And what are you bringing people into in Primerica? Because some of you are bringing people into Primerica to tote a bucket here.
Mm-hmm.
Get licensed, get all these licenses, get securities license. You can market the products. You can do 3 life apps a month. You can do a $50,000 mutual fund sale that month. You can do 2 auto and home, 2 PPLP. Look what you make. And you can have 3 people underneath you doing that same thing. So we're bringing people in to be bucket toters. And then we wonder why things aren't working out. But see, you ask people, can your life ever get any better toting a bucket? Now, can your life get any better if you're building a pipeline? So in our office, we give these things out, and we said, just to get them in their heads, we said, carry this thing around for the next 4 or 5 days so you and your mind know. So as one of my guys, Nick, was carrying in his back pocket, he went into a Starbucks. The woman said, I got to ask you this. What do you have in your back pocket? He said, you know how a doctor uses a scalpel to save a life? And maybe a fireman uses one of these machines to save a life? This is what I use to save people's lives. Pretty brilliant, wasn't it?
Yes.
But see, this is what's going to save their life. And because they're going to look in the newspaper for another bucket job. And that bucket job, and what I do in my office, in our opportunity meetings we do this. This demonstration. Because this is what Mike Tuttle did. He's recruiting all these people. And I start out, I have a guy come, it's an empty bucket. And I said, go over there, come back, you just made money. Now, then I take a 5-pound bag of rice, put it in there. Well, you just got married. And you go back and forth. Now the bucket's hidden. Come back, now you just had a baby. Now it's a little bit heavier bucket. Now you just got a job promotion. You're making more money, but guess what? You gotta work more, hours, you got more responsibilities, you gotta have a lot more stress. People think people making $150,000 a year got it made. No, they pay you $150,000 a year, you're going to get $150,000 a year worth of flesh out of you. You're going to have 2 beepers, 2 cell phones, and you're going to be checking your email on all your vacations. Yeah. Because when you come back, all hell breaks loose because you went on vacation. And you know this, and some of you folks that have excelled in your jobs, the stress is incredible. Because someone's got to get the job done, and those people underneath you aren't working. And so I said, listen, let's build you a pipeline. So that what? And our multiple system takes over, the multiples. Where you have multiple streams of income coming in. So my income's coming off that leg called Gerald. My other leg is Larry Bland. My other leg is Dan Gunas. My other leg is Assad. My other leg is Ian. And I'm making money all from one person. One person came in and through the multiples brought me all those 5 legs. And I'm making money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's like Warren Buffett said, unless you're making money while you sleep, you're going to have to work until the day you die. A bucket carrier cannot make money while they sleep. Forgive me, I'm trying to stay around here. I did a meeting here last time, and I left. And I got a text from a guy in California, really loved your meeting. I said, what? Well, watch what I say. Cute jokes in Detroit, don't go over it. You know how people, they say something stupid, and then, you wonder how people found out about it. Well, they're everywhere, right? And so you got to be thinking, what is my purpose and what is my value to people? And like I showed yesterday, if you want to see oil wells, come to Dallas and I'll drive north about an hour and a half and I will show you oil wells up the Yin Yang. Because there's an oil field there, and when you have an oil field, this is the oil field, you don't have one oil well there. No, you what? You get as many oil wells as you can to suck that thing dry. But see, with the bucket mentality, all you're thinking is, I just need one. You're not thinking that Detroit is your base of operation. It's for your national expansion. Is that what you're thinking? You're gonna have pipelines all over the place? You're gonna have people in Seattle? Is that what you're thinking? You're gonna have people in New York City, you're gonna have people in Maryland, you're gonna have people in Texas, you're gonna have people in Oklahoma, you're gonna have people in Toledo, you're gonna have people in Grand Rapids, you're gonna have people in Chicago. Is that what you're thinking? Because you've got to be thinking that. Because you want to take this thing national. Well, your thought is, well, we are already national. You're not national.
Right. That's right.
And would you realize that we're not as big as we think we are? Oh, we're great. No, we're not. I mean, there are so many people that don't know about Primerica. Yes, sir?
How about international, sir?
Right now, Canada. We tried going to Spain. We tried going to England. And all these countries don't operate like we do. Like we love to go into Mexico. But years ago, they don't have checking accounts. And the government is not conducive to, like in England, it was terrible. Terrible. What they made those people do just to get a license. And so we had all these people ready to go, but you know, all these licensed people, but also we had a real problem because socialism kills ambition. And most of the people in England that we recruited weren't Brits. They had no ambition. No main difference. Government pays for everything. Government pays for it. Government pays for it. Government pays for it. And so guess what? I'm okay. It kills ambition. So you got to find a country where, you know, people can excel. They can rise to new levels in their life. So yeah, maybe one day we'll go back there. But right now, Canada, the United States, you know, for years Canada made us do it. It only had to hire full-time people. And we built a gigantic company, by the way, in Canada, only hiring full-time people. So you got to be thinking. Again, people can't want what you don't want. And so my whole job is to try to convert Primerica people to the original A.L. Williams way. I was telling Gerald yesterday that I'm from Chicago, and but I saw a lot more of the city since my daughter moved there. Now she moved away, but we went back there last week, and I found out that it's called the second city. The second city, I used to think it's because New York's the first city. It's called second city because the first city burned down in the Great Fire of Chicago. So when they rebuilt it, they called it the second city. So I want you thinking, I want to be part of the A.L. Williams too. I want you thinking, I'm in Primerica, but I'm going to build it the A.L. Williams way. Because you heard me the last time I was here, we went from 85 people to 250,000. That's like Primerica going from 100,000 people to 250 million people. We don't have that kind of growth because our people are trying to bring people into Primerica to be bucket toters. All these wholesalers out there, they're wonderful people, but they're not trying to get you to build a pipeline. They're trying to get you to what? Have a better bucket. And I talked yesterday about decluttering your mind. You got to have what is called the victory of the uncluttered mind. When we were in Primerica, we had, how many TV stations did you have growing up, sir? 3. I was about to say 3. How many TV stations do we have now?
100.
Unlimited.
When we started the company, we had one voice in our heads. One way to do business. Now, how many voices are in your head?
Too many.
I mean, there's not a day that goes by that I don't get a text about another wholesalers meeting. Just got one today about PPLP, or, I mean, but see, I don't want to be all things to all people. I want to be the most ignorant man in Primerica. I don't know anything about anything except, you want to talk about recruiting, building, and creating pipelines? Come talk to me. I'm the expert. I know how to do that. And who makes the most money in medicine? The specialist or the general practitioner? So you got to become a specialist. Eat it, sleep it, dream it, think it, because you end up talking about what you're a specialist in. And so the company says run a balanced business. I'm telling you, not if you want to make $1 million a year.
That's right.
If you want to make a little bit of money, 100,000, 30, 80,000, 90,000, maybe 120,000, that's all you'll ever make. But let me tell you something. This thing that you have ownership, when you have, make a certain amount of money, you've been here so many years, not unless you have a pipeline. Because if you're the producer, you get sick, you get the residuals, but that's about it.
Yep.
That's about 40, 50, 60,000 a year from residual income off the 12B1s. But the only people that we want to attract, and this probably stunned some people last night when I said it, if you're here to come into Primerica to sell our products, this is not for you. Scary, isn't it? Whoa. See, are you willing to tell people that? Why? If you ever tried to bring people in to try to get them to sell the product and you train them to sell the product? You ever do that?
Yeah.
Are they still around?
Nope.
So what's insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again.
So might as well tell them, this is not for you, because it's not going to work. I want to know all about the products. I want to sell the product. We love to have you come on in. But the problem is we spend time with them and we know the result. They don't do it. Why? The company's got tens of thousands of people securities licensed, and we got to you got to make a sale every year, right?
Yep. And
they're still not doing it. My son got Series 65 license. That's about 100 hours of wasted time. 100 hours. 4 other people in my base have a Series 65. That's a managed account thing. And I don't mind them having it. I override it. I'm not going to get one. Why? That's a bucket toting thing. I'm not here to tote a bucket. You know how many sales those combined people made last year? 1. They just got the license. They're bucket toters. I just want the license. I might need the license. It'd be nice to have the license. I'm going to go get the license. I'm happy they did it. But if they'd been better off taking the 100 hours it took to get that, to build pipelines for themselves and their families. So, you got to be a one-trick pony. You get eat it, sleep it, we cut, and that's what? Building pipelines for people. Again, are we in a financial services business? No. Do you care what you make money from? As long as it's legal, moral, and makes somebody's life better? As an example. The only thing we market at right now, going through our pipeline, correct, are financial products, correct? That's not correct. That's not correct. What products are going through our pipeline that are not financial products?
People we recruit.
Pardon me?
People that we recruit.
No, I'm talking about what products? Actual products. Vivid. Home security. Is that financial products?
No.
How about ID theft thing?
No.
Is that, remember, we were doing that language thing? Remember, we had that go through? Remember that?
Yeah.
If the company said, you know what we found out? We recruit 250,000 people a year. We're going to get in the cell phone business. And people buy a cell phone from this company, you'll get an override just like you do a product. Do you care? No, we're not doing that. We're financial. No, whatever goes through here comes out. I make money at. Let's put it in because I'm a pipeline builder. Because our products are going to change. Who knows what we're going to be coming out with? If it's good and valuable and we're in the home, let's bring it to them. So you got to be eating, sleeping, thinking what? My job is to create pipelines for people. And I'm working hard to change my vocabulary from teams, organization, hierarchies, to what? You need a pipeline in your life. How's your pipeline coming? You're building your pipeline because everybody understands building a pipeline. Now, you want to have a stream of income coming in whether or not you work. See, in your indoctrinated minds, and you've been indoctrinated since you were 6 years old going into your first class about getting what? A bucket job. I was telling Tharman that my grandkids were in town about a month ago, and one of them wanted to come to the office, and the other two decided to come to training because they know when I come to training I give money. I know you're not money motivated, but someone knocked that out of you, by the way. When you tote a bucket, you give up on making money because you know you can't make any more money, so you give up on it. Anyway, I said if you write 10 things down, I give you $1 per thing you write down what you got out of the class. Anyway. And then I sat around and we discussed it. And then when I had a little training thing for their granddad, and the next day, we went to church at my son's church with the loud music. Kaboom, kaboom. Like Christian rock. You know what I mean? Woo! That's a different animal. Anyway, and there's a guy directing traffic, you know. He's just helping out. And my grandson said, "Hey, Granddad, yeah, that guy's got a bucket job, doesn't he?" What are you teaching your children? A bucket job. See, what the problem is, though, in our minds, we've been indoctrinated, grade school, high school, some of us college, in life, get a better job, I got a better career. We don't even call it a job, call it a career. What's your career? What's your profession? What's your career choice? But it's a bucket job. I don't care how fancy it is, how many degrees you have, how much money you had to borrow to get it. It's a bucket job. And you've got to turn your back forever on anyone you know and love having a bucket job, and you want them to have a pipeline of income coming in whether or not you work. This is the greatest system for creating wealth. Wealth. We are wealth creators. And you can't ever create wealth being a bucket guy. You can't do it. Ask yourself the question, can that person's life ever get any better with a bucket? Can't do it. He might work faster. He might get a bigger bucket, but when you get a bigger bucket, guess what? It's heavier. And every one of us are facing some sort of disability, whether it's a heart attack, aneurysm, cancer, sick parent, hip. I mean, it's kind of hard just to get up and go down. You think, well, I'm going to go get the end of this building. You're thinking, oh, I got to walk all the way down there. I got this bad hip. You know, at my age, we walk, say, did you have a hip or a knee replacement? Which one? I just went on an Alaskan cruise. Man, there's so many people on crutches, not crutches, but canes and wheelchairs. You know, they're all bucket people. They wear out. You've got to give your life to helping people have a pipeline in their life, and reject forever and feel sorry for people that have buckets in their life. And you just feel sorry for them. But I need bucket people. So some people are going to go, what? I don't want a pipeline. I need that. I need someone to fly me from here to Dallas. I need a flight attendant to bring me my Diet Coke. I need someone to help make my food and kill that cow so I can have my chicken, right? chicken cow now.
You get the point.
My wife, and she likes chicken, but she said, I don't want to be the one to ring and snack it. She said, I wouldn't have made it 100 years ago. But the point is, we need bucket people in our life. I just don't want to be one of them. And your job is to let people know that the pipeline exists. That's why my favorite quote anymore is, if you don't know any better, you can't do any better. I'm going to show you a better way to make money and have an income stream coming in so that no one's got their thumb on you anymore. How can 67% of people not like their jobs? They don't hate them, they just don't like them. Well, the point is that they're tired of toting a bucket, and it can never end. Ever. Ever. Retirement is an obsolete word. We know it. We're in that industry. We've done F&As on people, and never can they put enough money away to retire. I've never, in all my years, ever sat down with a family that had enough money they can put away so they can retire. The number is too great. You got to put away $500 or $600 a month just to retire if you're 30 years old. $500 or $600 a month. With inflation the way it is today, right? So, how many people can do that after taxes? Can't do it. So, what's the only hope? You got to have a pipeline. Friends, don't let friends go through life without having a pipeline. So listen, I got to talk to you about something that you need to hear about. And I like two phrases. Can I be dead serious with you for a second? That phrase helped me connect with more people. And you got to be dead, honest, serious. Your earnestness is critical in that they need a pipeline. And you will build them a pipeline. And the second phrase is, can I talk to you like you're my best friend or my closest blood relative? And they say, yes, now they're listening hard. Because no one ever talks to them like that. Most people are frivolous. Most people are, just kind of talking about stupid stuff in their life. But look up for a second. Understand that what moves oil from the oil well to the refinery is a pipeline. But to get to the oil, you have to drill deep. The mistake everybody makes, I mean everybody, and I told this yet, forgive me for repeating myself. Some of you have seen the book, Locker Room Notes of Art Williams, right? Well, I wrote the book, transcribed the book, and made 100 copies. My son sent it off, made 100 copies. I didn't want to make any more because Art hadn't seen it yet. So I sent 2 copies to a guy named John Roy, who was down in near West Palm. He took one to Art, found out Art loved it. A few days later, Art called me and said, Bill, your notes started in 1982. I've got notes from 1977.
Wow.
So I'm going to send you my actual copies of my actual notes that you can transcribe and put it in the book. So in the book that you see, the 1977, these are not my notes from what Art Williams was saying. These were actual Art Williams notes.
Wow.
If you go to page 7, 1977, Unicoi, Georgia, at our retreat. Now we started the company in February. Like 3-4 months later, we were at Unicoi. You might have heard me tell the story. That was a Unicoi meeting where Art, Virginia, and I all went up together and came back together in the same car. I was driving, Art was next to me, and Virginia's in the back seat. And I said, Art, why did you leave Waddell and Reed to form, why did you leave ITT to go to Waddell and Reed? He said something transformational. You know what he said? They had another level on the computer so my people could now start overriding people. Mm-hmm. See, what was he thinking? Management, overriding, pipeline. Got the point? And you go to page 7, what does it say? Right in black and white of how to construct a pipeline for people. See how you got to get rid of the hierarchy, team, organization. Outside this room, nobody understands it. Even you don't understand it. But everybody understands pipeline. He says what? Recruit somebody. He had 4 points right in the middle of the page. 4 points. Recruit somebody. Get them 3 people. Now, did he say they get 3 people? You get them 3 people. Then what did he say? Take them 4 deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 deep. You take them 4 deep. You take them 4 deep. Now, is that the first thought in your mind when you recruit somebody? What's the first thought in your mind, seriously, when you recruit somebody? I've got to get them licensed and trained. Well, I'll ask this question. How many people have you licensed and trained that are producing every month?
None.
So, should you keep having, is that a good thought, incorrect thought? No, it's a worthless thought. It's not going to work. So, you got to go what? Go back to the original design of our pipeline system and do what? Recruit somebody, get them 3 people. Now, does everybody have 3? No, but they have 1. So you got to drive it down 4. Hear what I said last night to your sister? No, I said, her sister's in the business, and I said, if we don't get you 4 people in a week, it's Karen's fault. Whose fault is it? Is it Kim's? No. Well, Kim ain't ambitious enough. She just doesn't want it bad enough. She won't go out there and work. She was, of course she wasn't. She just doesn't know what to do. You know, you don't ask a 2-week-old baby to help change the diaper. You got to do it all. You get the 4 people for them. You understand the concept. You're responsible for taking it 4 deep. And it drives me nuts. I'm telling you right now, I go crazy. Because I got a base shop like everybody else, right? You know what they say? I got a guy, he's coming, I met a great guy yesterday, he's coming next Tuesday night. Why? Well, hopefully that'll get them all excited. To do what? We'll start calling people and putting me in front of people. Right? Wouldn't it be nice if someone put you in front of people? Wouldn't it be nice? Do they? So what's insanity? So we discard Gerald because he won't put me in front of people, so I hire Zanina, she won't put me in front of people. Guess what? They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say to their friends. They don't. But we're the ones that are, we know what to say. We got to take their list and run with it. My son, brand new to the business, interviewed somebody last Tuesday by himself. And I talked to him, he said, oh yeah. I said, I said, did you get the name? Well, no, I got to talk to her some more. So I said, well, I'm in town this week. Let's meet her, say on Thursday. So he called her up. Let's set a time for all 3 to get together. I knew what was going to happen. You know what's going to happen.
No show.
Well, we don't go on form. We said no show. We confirm, right?
Well, yeah.
She canceled. She's too busy. Right? Some people are too busy to do Primerica, right? No. Because what are they going to do here? Nothing. How busy is it? Here, call these 3 names. You call them. They're busy. They're working 2 jobs. They got this, they got fine. I don't need your time. What do I need? Your names. Because I'm going to drive it down 4. And you've heard me say this. You get on this, you'll explode. That's what you do. Instead of talking, you know how, Samson was killed by the jawbone of a, whatever that was. We talk to people. And what we love to do up here in Detroit, thank you, Dan, is put people into a slow cooker. Oh, a crock pot. We try to move them. Kick that can down the road. Get you today, get you to come to Saturday training, get you to come to Tuesday night. How do you feel? You like it yet? I'm learning. Okay, come Tuesday night. How do you feel now? Okay, you ready to go? Not yet. Okay, come Saturday. Okay. Or he might say, tell you what, why don't you get on the phone and call 3 of your friends? I called them, no one's interested. Well, the person who doesn't know anything is calling somebody that's going to say, what's this all about? Insurance? I don't want to. That's what he said. You want to be in the insurance business with me? Want to get this multi-level marketing network pyramid deal? And we go, you cannot turn the keys over to the Mercedes to a kid that's never driven a car.
That's right.
And so my heart breaks for that person that could have been a superstar if we driven them down 4, but we jawboned them. Talking. Worst case is, they're interested, and the first thing we do to them is not get them 4 people, like Art told us to do. What do we do?
Throw them in a class.
Throw them in a class. Right? Well, if I walked in that room right now and said, excuse me, I need to take a free survey, how many of you already have 4D? It'd be 0.
Right.
Whose fault is it? Theirs? No. It's their person that recruited them. Because why? We just want to throw them into class and hopefully they'll, so we're what? We're a mile wide and an inch deep. Why would Art Williams tell us to go 4 deep? You know what he also said? You can solve every problem in life by recruiting somebody going 4 deep. But we want to jawbone them. We want to train them. Now, how many people here think they're pretty good trainers? Seriously. If you don't take them 4D, what have you trained them to do? Not to take their people 4D.
Right.
In a week. Because why? It's called imprinting. First thing they see is what they're going to do. And ask yourself a question. Did your manager take you 4D? No. So guess what? When you recruit somebody, are you taking 4D? Well, no. I'm telling you, that's what you got to do. Not what, again, you heard me say this the last time I was here. If I say anything that's not quoting Art Williams, don't listen to me. Because why? Well, Bill Whittle's big, and Hector Lamarck is big. They're peanuts compared to Art Williams and what Art Williams built.
Yeah,
They're great leaders. But you know what? They didn't build what Art built. No. So you've got to become myopic. You've got to become a one-trick pony. Eating, sleeping, thinking, what?
Recruit.
I walked in the office this morning, and there's, of course, PFSU going on up there, and I facetiously said, the company wants us to personally start doing PFSU for our new recruits. Right? Now, what would your reaction be to that be? Why do they do PFS for us, PFSU? Because our time is better spent doing more productive, money-making things.
Yes. That's it. Amen.
So what are those money-making things? So why do we train them on securities? Well, because securities, well, so is PFSU. So why don't you train them on PFSU then? Because you do such a good job, I'm sure you can do a good job on teaching them how to pass that life exam. Well, no, we have other people more able to do that. What did Tom Hopkins say one time? You must be doing the most what? Productive thing at any given moment. Productive means money making. And so, what's your most productive thing that you should be doing at any given moment? There's no other value you can bring to people. See, this culture, and I hate it, is education is everything. You got to get people educated, because educated people make it. Well, let me ask you a question. All those people you recruited, and you educated them and trained them, where in the heck are they? We need more money for education. So we throw money at education, right? We don't care about the results. We just believe in that cliche. And people spend, I'm on my bandwagon against Student loans. If you want to abuse your children, let them take out student loans. Student loans are now $1.4 trillion. It went up last year alone, $85 billion in 1 year. It's going up $85 billion a year. And who's getting rich off it? The government. They made $24 billion in profit last year. See, the banks used to run it, but then all of a sudden the government said, oh, wait, we're guaranteeing it. We might as well make the profit. So they're making $24 billion a year. And colleges don't care. They're like, oh, free money. So what? You can borrow all the money, so let's increase the prices, because you what? You'll pay it. You don't know what the heck you're doing. You're 18 years old. And everyone's telling you this is the greatest thing in the world. Yet 50% of all people who have student loans don't have college degrees. Oh, college degree. No, but what about those people who took out student loans and never got a degree? We forget about those, don't we? The point I'm making is student loans, colleges increasing cost every year 8%. Well, how do they justify that? Because they can. You want a college degree from my university, jack up the price, but it's worth it because you got a degree from my university. Meanwhile, we're that same mindset. Train them, teach them, educate them. No. Give me an ignorant person who knows squat what's 4D. And I got something there. Versus he knows everything, he knows Rule 72, he can really deliver a great presentation. He knows all about, he's Series 6, 63, 65, he's 26 licensed, he's life insurance licensed, but he has no people. See, we think, and again, this is one of my pet peeves. People, I say, how many recruits did you have last month? Well, I got 2 codes. Is that good news? You got 2 codes? What's a code? With no people. You see, we misguided what value of what we think is good. I'll tell you something. Codes don't produce business. That's a shock, isn't it? How do I know? I got codes that they don't produce.
Yeah.
You go to our, thank you, Dan Gunas, our annual report. What does it say? Primerica recruits people, and those people, and they create sales by recruiting people, and those recruits bring products to their friends, neighbors, and relatives. So what brings business? Coded people with a license or new people coming in?
New people.
Well, what's the fastest, quickest, easiest way to get new people? Recruit a Gerald and take him 4D.
Come on.
Yet, how many times do we train on 4D?
Never.
Why? Because the first thought is, I got to get them coded. Because why? They can't make money until they have a code, which means that I'm going to train them how to tote a bucket, and what? Down deep. We want 4 or 5 people to bring in sales, and we can override those people. So we have to first identify what we do. That's why I kid Mike Tuttle. The reason why Mike is so successful in this new group of people coming in, they call it the victory of the uncluttered mind. Think about all the stuff your mind is cluttered with. And your energy and resources, what? Dissipate every time you start focusing on something else other than keeping the main thing the main thing. How many people in this room didn't know what I was going to talk about when you walked in here? I promise you, next time you'll know. Case in point, if you came to a variable annuity seminar, did you not know what he was going to talk about? No, he talks about variable. Why doesn't he talk about fixed annuities? That's not what he does.
Right.
That's not what his focus is. That's not what he gets paid on. That's what he thinks your only way to succeed is to have a variable annuity mindset, right? Yeah, we got a fixed annuity wholesaler, a variable annuity wholesaler, a Lake Basin wholesaler, an Invesco wholesaler. We've got a Pioneer wholesaler. We've got that wholesaler. We've got auto and home wholesaler. We've got prepaid legal wholesaler. Now, who's the wholesaler for this? You got to be it. I'm training the trainers. But see, and I believe this. I could have had twice, 3 times more people in this room if I'd advertised this. Come learn how to make $100,000 a year on one sale in variable annuity. You'd have flocked in this room. I would have all this, my table filled with Diet Cokes because you wanted to hear it. But see, because you have spent your mind, your heart, your indoctrination as a bucket toter, and down deep you still believe that the more people know, the more they're going to do. Is there any evidence of that?
No.
So here's the point. I defy anybody to say, Bill, everything you're saying is wrong. I got 45 code numbers, and every one of those people do at least 1 or 2 sales a month. I train all these people, and they're producing. There's no evidence. Yet we keep going with this fantasy. You know, boy, the more they know, I got to train them. They got to know about the products. We got to get back to the fundamentals of the products. Meanwhile, that's all a guise so that we will what? Have to go take a 4D. Because that's all on us. So, we got to take it 4D. Which means this. How long should it be after a person, we talk to them, do we take them 4D? How long?
You said 1
4
year.
days.
You got to make a decision. I tell people, and no one's taken me up on it yet, have you anybody ever used a steak dinner thing yet? If I don't take you 4 deep in a week, you'll have at least 4 people in a week. I don't say 4 deep. If I don't, I'll buy you a steak dinner. You pick the place. Because now the onus is on me to make that happen. Right? Because they're just sitting there as a lame duck going, okay, well, you know what you're doing, I don't. You got the names. Why won't they give me that? Well, he won't give me the names. Then why the heck are you fooling with them? You are gonna build them the pipeline. Like Art Williams says, recruit somebody, get them 3 people, you get them 3 people, take them 4 deep, because they won't take themselves 4 deep, and show them how to have 81 people, it's on page 7, using the 3, 9, 27, 81 principle. 1977 stuff. And we're here in 2017, and we don't even know it. No, we don't train on it. Then we wonder why you're not an RVP yet and producing RVPs. You're looking for love in all the wrong places. Then he said, in a conference call he did, I think in April, March, he said what? When I recruit somebody, the first thing I do is get them 3 people. Take them 4 deep. He said this. Listen to the tape. Show them how to have 81 people. He said this. 3, 9, 27, his math is wrong. He's not going to have 81. He's going to have 120. Right? And I tell him. What do I tell him? Our goal for you, it blew my mind when he said, is in the near future, you'll be making $3,620 a month in overrides. But we listen to the wholesaler. So why the wholesaler wants to tote a bucket, right? Who are we toting the bucket for? The wholesaler. We need more buckets. How many buckets can you carry? Yeah, I carry 1 bucket. Recruiting, building, pipeline creation, going 4 deep. That's what I do. My job here is to, what? Create RVPs. So therefore, I run an RVP factory. See, there's no PFSU for RVP factory. You got to be the instigator of all that. The only reason you're here is be an RVP and create RVPs and have those RVPs create RVPs. How do I know that? Art Williams said it. 2011, June. Art Williams said, Here's how we did it. What do you say, Dan? 3, who get 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 3. 11 times, that's over 59,000 RVPs. And if all those RVPs are producing $10,000 a month each, that's what, $59 million a month in premium. And y'all went, Good. Where's the next wholesaler workshop? Not this convention, the one before. Which workshop did you sign up for? Securities, this, that. They don't even have a recruiting and building workshop. They have a division workshop, but they don't have a recruiting, building, and pipeline creation workshop. So you're not going to get it from the company. Then what did he say? 7 who get 7 who get 7, and you're making how much a month? So you got to know this. You got to know this, $362,000 a month in income. You know, if you got 7, who 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 got 7, and you're making over $3 million a month. With 7, who get 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 7, through 6. Ain't this exciting? Because you're a pipeline builder. So I'm asking all of you before you leave today to tear up your I'm a product person bucket toting card and sign up and swear up. Allegiance to A.O. Williams 2, right? Why?
I, Larry Bland.
Yeah.
I swear.
Next thing you know, Larry's going to come over and say, hi, my name's Larry. And
I'm a recovering.
I'm a recovering.
That's great stuff. That's great stuff.
I know this is not your cup of tea, some of you. But I know you care about people. If you care about people, people say, well, Bill, what do I do with a brand new person then? Do what's best for them. What's the absolute epitome of best for a brand new person? When you get a brand new person that you care about, whether it's your child or a loved one, and you really want them to make it, well, what do you mean make it? Have what? We don't even know what we want them to have. The answer is what? RVPs or licenses? So you do what's best for them. What's best for them? I'm going to take you 4D. But you're ashamed of it. Oh, it's one of those. Get over that.
Yep.
That's right.
We got all these issues in our head from people that had issues that gave us their issues.
Carrying the bucket.
Because why? Oh, it's one of those. Yeah. Thank you. I'm trying. Yeah, it's one of those. And someone said the other day, how do you stand rejection? I said, I don't get any. You never get rejection? No. I reject. I don't get rejection. I reject. See, rejection only comes when you're not a firm believer in what you do and the value you bring. You question the value you bring. Some of you are questioning the value of the pipeline because somebody in another company took people, had a pyramid scheme, had a multi-level marketing Ponzi scheme, screwed people over, and you're not sure this isn't like that. See, just because somebody messed up in your church doesn't mean church is bad.
Right.
That's right.
Well, let's get rid of all religion because that guy over there, how he tattooed people. Are we going to get rid of all? Just because somebody, like in Chicago, if you buy a soft drink in Chicago, they're going to charge you $0.01 an ounce. tax. Because they think it's not right that all these over obese people are drinking too many sugar drinks. So we're going to tax them like we do cigarettes. These culturally correct people, in our minds, we have abandoned our belief system that everyone needs a pipeline. Because now we're bringing Wall Street to Main Street. There's more than one way to make money in Primerica. There is. All the people making money other ways in Primerica didn't come to make money those ways. They came here to have a pipeline of RVPs who have RVPs have RVPs. And along the way, they lost their way. Now they're making money selling the products, but not new people.
Yep.
No one makes 3, 4, 5 sales a month every month in security. Right. They're not doing it. I don't have any in my base. And I've had the longest running base in company history. No one's had a base shop in this company history longer than I have.
Right.
I even say it's the longest. Someone said, no, Bill Whittle's got it. No, I've had a base longer than Bill Whittle. I've had them come through here. This is not a new thing to me. I'm telling you, I want you to avoid all the potholes like you have on that street that we just came down. God. The fillings of my teeth hurt. Am I right? It's the worst street I've ever been on.
Welcome to Detroit.
Yeah. Winter and road repair, the 2 seasons, right? So now, that's got to be your job. The last thing I'll talk to you about is I want you to go for it, right? You got to do it. The point is we don't know what it is. We use these phrases that the mind does not understand. Well, as some of you know, we had Art Williams in Dallas last week ago Wednesday.
Awesome.
And it was interesting. He gave us a whole packet of stuff, right, that we had printed up. And as you know, this is the last time anyone will ever hear Art. He's got one more meeting, Andy Young, in September, and that's it. You'll never see him again. I'm hoping I'll see him because I consider him a friend. But the point is, and I know where he lives. The point is that what are his final words he would say, kind of at the Last Supper? And what are the final words he's going to say? The discourse. He talked about making money. So I think we come to Primerica for all the wrong reasons, then we wonder why it's not working out. As an example, if you marry a woman because she's pretty and sexy and has got a nice figure, right? And you're marrying a man because he's a hunk, got a nice little tush on his backside, that's all going to change. Like one pastor said, don't blame me now, I know you want lace, but you're going to get flannel.
Put on something comfortable. Put on something comfortable.
And the same thing, we've got to know why we're here. So, what did Art Williams start with? First, the 6 steps to Bowling Hill success. I was earning $10,700 a year, blah, 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 right? I wanted an income of $30,000 a year guaranteed for life. See, is that why you're here? What is the amount of money you want guaranteed coming in for life? Because if not, you're not going to build a pipeline. You're thinking, oh, if I can make $100,000 a year, that's why you came here. I want to make $100,000 a year. Well, you want to make it in a pipeline? You want to make it tote in a bucket? So what happens is when you bring people into Primerica, all you can do is talk to them about what you want. And so you reflect back to them, and they end up wanting what you want. Then you find out they don't want to tote a bucket selling our products. They want to have a pipeline. Only reason they come here. We have no, if you don't want a pipeline, you don't need to be in Primerica. Again, all the people making money selling our products, security, so forth, they didn't come here to sell those products. Because most of them they didn't have those products when they came in. They came in to have what? A pipeline. And then he said what? I went out and started saying, how can I accumulate $300,000? So I can get 10% out of my money so no one has their thumb on me. We don't talk enough about money in Primerica because it's a cultural taboo to talk about money. Now, I believe this. There's certain cultures in this world, I think a lot of them live in this area, that it's a common discussion around the kitchen table about talking about money. It's why? Because it's natural. What do you mean? That's what we do. We make money. That's what we do. Like I said last night, we tend to say to a person, "What do you do for a living?" We should be saying what? What do you do to make your money? Oh, but that's a little crass. I can't say what do you do to make your money. I can ask them, what do you do to make a living? Are you money motivated? Oh no. Because why? Oh no, I just love helping people. We never talk about like our kids. My son, he's working hard in school, so he can get a bunch of money when he goes to college. No, we say scholarship. You go to your church. What do they say? We need to have you partner with us. We need your support. We need to have you have a love offering. We're going to pass the basket. You go to your job. I like to talk to you about my compensation package. We're afraid to say the word money. You're supposed to make money. You get a job to make money. You go to college, so what? I could have a nice career. No, you go to college for what? To make money. More money than if you didn't go to college. That's why the only reason you go to college. You don't go to college for the education or the certification and their degree. You want to become a physical therapist because they make more money than a gym teacher. But we're afraid to talk about that. So I'm going to talk about money. My favorite subject. Did I tell you that? Favorite subject. How do you know? I get a lot of money. Next time you're with your group of friends and they start talking about, what do you think about the NBA? What do you think about the Lions? What do you think about the Tigers? What do you think about HGTV? What do you think about Martha Stewart? Say, excuse me, tell you what. I love football, but I'll tell you what I really love talking about? Money. Let's talk about money. I love talking about money because every time we get together, you're talking football, you're talking this, or you're talking that. Let's talk money. See their reaction.
Yeah, right.
Oh, please. That's boorish. That's crass. Oh no, it's no. I'm not one of those. Oh, so you're a Lions person, a Tigers person, right? How much money do they pay you to be a Lions fan, Tiger fan? When I tell you I'm a fan of making money, you judged me. Some of you in this room judged me. Oh, he's one of those. Because I'm not one of those. Yet, when you get your paycheck, what do you say? You complain it's not enough. Why are you in Primerica? Why are you here? I want to help people. I love helping people.
Make money.
See, if you're not making money, you're not helping people.
Yep.
That's right.
Why do people come into Primerica? To make money. Why do they leave? Because they're not.
Making money.
You ever hear somebody used to, well, I wasn't in Primerica, I didn't make any money. Did you come in to make money? No, I came in to help people. I love helping people. I came in for the crusade. Nothing drives me crazier than someone says, it's not about the money. I hate that. See, I know making money's good and all that stuff, but I'm thinking, don't say that to people. Why? How does the investment community judge Primerica? by its stock value, which is money. And what does Glenn Williams judge how well our company's doing? By the money being paid the field force. And they don't make $100,000 book because no one wants to see it. They don't have a book of people that are heartfelt in love with helping people. He really likes helping people. Now we can get away with that in politics, right? But you know, I just love helping people. I have a heart for those people. Here we got what? We got to make money.
Yeah.
Now, see, maybe I'm different. A lot of people say if you help enough other people, the money will come. Don't focus on the money. Focus on helping people. I've never seen it work. That's another cliche line, because I mean, it sounds good, right? Don't worry about the money. Just focus on helping people. Sounds good, doesn't it? See, I don't believe that. You know what I believe? I want to make $100,000. Now, how many people do I have to help to make my 100? See that difference there? I'm not worried about how much money I make. So guess what? They get off the road. They get off the path because they're not being rewarded. Because you got to be rewarded for what you do. You know, I take my grandsons out to play golf. And for about the first 5 or 6 holes they're into it, and then all of a sudden they kind of lose track. So what do? I'm on the fairway. I say, you get it on the green, I'll give you $1. Make this putt, I'll give you $1. You get there in 2, I'll make you $1, pay you $1. It gets their attention. But see, we stiff-arm making money because we're afraid of the onus that it puts on us of being one of those people. Yet, every biography I read, and a little short caption version is, he died penniless. You ever hear that? He died penniless. What's that? Why are we saying that? He never took his talents and skills and did anything with them. And I go back to Rabbi Daniel Lapin. You know what he says? Money is a measurement of the value you bring to another human being. God, like I was telling some folks yesterday at our meeting, a lot of people see God in the mountains, in the oceans, in the sunsets. I see God in business. I see God in, and I went to McDonald's today, and I had a Diet Coke, and I had a sausage and eggs, and those eggs were, some farmer had chickens, he wanted to make some money, so he had all these chickens, and he laid an egg, and those eggs were transported to a place. That guy made money, and that guy took that egg, and he sold it to McDonald's, and he made money, and McDonald's took that and transported it, and they cooked it up fresh for me, and it was nice and warm, and fed me, and they all made money. Brilliant system. That guy had to say, I got to make somebody's life better. That truck driver said, I got to make somebody's life better. That delivery guy said, I got to make some. That wholesaler said, I got to make somebody's life better. McDonald's said, I got to make somebody's life better. The person over the counter said, I got to make somebody's life better, and my life got better. In return, guess what I gave them? My money. So the word serve is overused in church. The purpose of life is to serve people, serve God, serve God, serve God, serve God, serve God, serve God, but they never define what serving God is. Well, serving is people. And we go, oh, okay, got it. But we don't know what that means. You ever hear that? It means making people's life better. If you're making people's lives better, you're serving people. And when you're serving people, you're serving God. I was telling Tharman that Rabbi Lapin basically says if you're in his community, if you're not making money, you're an embarrassment. That's crass. I'm embarrassed that some of you are not making enough money. I'm embarrassed. Why? Because you're not making people's lives better. See, you don't care to make people's lives better, And money is the measurement of whether or not you're making your life better. We're paying 2 death claims a day in our hurricane. What? Because I went after making the money. And I had to, what, make people's lives better by recruiting people, building pipelines, and from those pipelines, clients were created, 200,000 clients. And guess what? We got a lot of people retiring with money now off the yin-yang, wherever the yin-yangs are, but they got it off the yin-yang, right? Like the guy said, where's a person's yet? What do you mean? Well, where's your yet? I don't understand it. Well, I heard that a man was shot and a bullet was still in his yet. Still in him yet. Right, so, what's a person's yet? You don't get it.
Haven't gotten there yet.
Got it yet?
Got it yet? Anyway. I told you. I got a bomb today. Like the guy that walks up, is in the hospital, and a nurse comes up to him and said, you doing pretty good? He said, I make a living. She was thinking health, and he was thinking money. We condemn that as crass. I'm not one of those people. I'll tell you what, give me an Ian Pruckner any day who wants to make $1 million a year and versus a person that's here just to help people. You will flake out because there's no measurement, there's no reward system that you've set up. There's no encouragement for you. My son went out and made 2 sales last month. He was so encouraged when he got his check for $600. I mean, he went nuts. I made $600 I never had before, and these 2 people's lives are better. He did it to help them, and he made the money. Now he's thinking, what? I'm going to go make the money, and I'll help 2 people. Why is your way right and my way wrong? So that's what I mean right here. You got to be thinking this, okay? The why. Why? What'd you do last month? 20 by 20. Why?
Make money.
And that's not what most people say. I want to be number 1. You see? I'm trying to go RVP. Now, why did you do 20 by 20 last month? Because I needed to make $6,000. So I had to help build a pipeline of people who made money, because my total payroll last month was $20,000. I made 6, my other people made 14. So they made money, they want to make money. We did that by helping 20 families with insurance and securities, right? So 20 families got blessed. But I needed to make 6. That's why I did the 20 by 20. We recruited 20 people so I could make my 6. Why do you want to make your 6? So I can save $3,000. Why do you want to save $3,000? So I can be a cash millionaire in 14 years. Why do you want to be a cash millionaire in 14 years? So I can have $100,000 a year coming at 10%, so no one's got their thumb on me. And $100,000, 14 years, 20 years, I'll have $2 million. I'm sorry, $1 million in 14 years, $2 million, so I got $200,000, so no one can. And in 26 years, I'll have $4 million. So my whole goal when I wake up in the morning, I gotta put away $3,000 this month. Not I gotta make 6. No, I gotta put away 3. So therefore, I gotta make 6. In order to make 6, I gotta get 20 people involved, and we gotta get 20 clients, and my payroll's gotta be $20,000 a month, so I can feed my what? My net worth. My net worth needs to be fed. Why would Art Williams end the entire session on this one principle of, I was 28 years old and I decided that I would sacrifice for 10 years to achieve my goal. I would be financially independent, which means no one's got their thumb on me. So your goal must be specific. And I decided I needed $300,000, and he went through the whole mental gymnastics. If I put away this, I had $40,000 I put away. and I needed to put money away. I figured at 10% I would get $1,000 a month. If I put away, it would be this, so therefore I put that. He did the mental gymnastics of how to get $300,000. Most people never do that. They just show up like a job. You show up a job and you figure if I do the work, I'll get paid. You can't do that here. You've got to go through the mental gymnastics of what you're doing, how much you're making. As an example, doesn't the company tell us that 13% of our code numbers yield 2 sales a month? You ever hear that? How many code numbers you got, Dan? Are they 13% making? No. No, that's a good Wall Street number. You know what the number should be? A recruiter's worth $1,000 in premium. 100 by 100, 50 by 50, 70 by 70. That's an accurate number. So you figure this. If a new recruit brings in $1,000 in premium, I bring in 20 recruits, I'll do 20,000. At 20,000 at my contract level, I'll make this, right?
Yep.
Now why do I need to make that? Because I need to save half of it. So I need to be doing about 20 by 20 to be making 6,000, 7,000 a month, so I can save 3,000 a month. But if I'm doing 40 by 40, I'm saving 6,000 a month. So I need to be doing 40 by 40. I need to become an RVP with RVPs because I get 15% on first and the bonus and all that stuff, right? And it's all caused by the amount of money you want to accumulate down the road. A recent statistic I read, was that very few people set goals of more than 1 year. If I said, what's your goal? My goal is to make $100,000 this year. And that's, well, what do you want to make in 5 years? 20 years. What do you want your income to be 20 years from now, 15 years from now, 10 years from now? And they said a person who has the 3%, I'm sorry, they said 8%. 8% of the people that have 20 or more year goals have 20 times the net worth. 20 times that of a person who has a 1 year goal. Because you get what you're thinking about. If you're thinking about it, you get it. So the other day I did a training class in my office. I had people, I gave out sheets of paper like this, kind of blank. And I said, okay, put down on a sheet of paper the following answers as I ask the questions. But they have to be immediate. If it's not within 1 or 2 seconds, put a question mark. And I said, what do you want your net worth to be 20 years from now? Question mark. What do you want your net worth to be 10 years from now? Question mark. What do you want your income to be 20 years from now? Question mark. What do you want your income to be 10 years from now? What do you want your income to be 5 years from now? What do you want your income to be 1 year from now? Question mark, question mark. The last one, they had an answer. See, what's happening is, it's called think and grow rich. We're not trained to think. We think thinking is being smart. He's a deep thinker. But we're not trained to have a vision. Without a vision, the people perish. But without the people, the vision perishes. You don't get people, their vision's going to perish. Don't think they're going to hang around because you're so good at training. Art Williams can come back and train them, they're still quitting. So what does that mean? If you're not thinking about money, you're going to start worrying about money. You can't do it. It's either one or the other. Some of you are right now worrying about money. And you look back because you haven't been thinking about it. What's in your head is in your wallet. But we've been trained, because it's crass and boorish, to think and talk about money, to have money, to accumulate money, because that's not what our people do. Because you even had this year, oh, it's all about money to you, isn't it? And you go, oh, no, it's not about money to me. I'm not one of those people. And we back away from it. Yet these are the same people that when you make money come to borrow it. See, why are you here? And what aura are you emanating to people? Why are you even here listening to me? Why are you here listening to me, sir?
I want to get to RVP.
Why are you here listening to me?
I want to make lots of money.
RVP is just a faster way to make more money. Because you create RVP. Got the point? I think you got to be saying because he makes a lot of money. Like one guy said, well, you're a millionaire. No, I'm not. I'm a multi-millionaire. I used to be rich. Now I'm long past rich. Point? But see, our government condemns people that make money. You listen to church, they condemn people that make money. And you don't want to sell your soul to the devil just for money, for manna. And so we get this guard around us. And then the people that kind of break free the chains. No, money, I'm telling you, people in this money cannot ruin you. It can't. Why? Why can't money ruin you? How do I know that?
Because you got it.
Pardon?
Because you have it.
I have it, but how do I know it won't ruin you? The answer is how we make our money. See, it can ruin you if I cut a deal and I get you to invest $100,000 and I take it and run off with it. And now you're worse off. I'm better off. In our business, you make money by making people's lives better. The scam people, the people that don't care if they hurt people, they can't come here. It's not quick, get rich quick.
Right.
Screwing, tattooing people. So how do you make more money here? You make people's lives better, and in the process of making people's lives better, guess what? You get better. That's why it can't ruin you here. Not here. And if you came in and you don't care who you tattoo, right? We got something called chargebacks. You find out very, very quickly you can't do that here.
Right.
So you can't, if you say, I don't care who I hurt, as long as I make money in primary, right? How do you do that? Please tell me how to do that. I mean, even nowadays, the company, you can't even have them write the check out to you for anything. You can't take cash for anything. You can't do it. No, they won't accept it. And even if, truthfully, if I came in here and said, listen, I don't care. If I help any, I don't care. As long as I make money, I don't care about people. And I go out and I build a pipeline, I inadvertently made people's lives better. Even though my heart wasn't in it. And by the way, do you care?
Yes.
If your daughter has a bad disease and there's one guy here in Detroit and he is only in it for the money, but he's the best there is at doing what he's doing, are you taking your daughter to him? And the only reason he's doing it's for the money. His heart's not into it. He could care less about your daughter as a human being or you. But he's the best one in Detroit. I'm taking my children to that man. See, we believe you got to have a pure heart. It's your heart. Now, I believe that the bigger the heart, the more money you make. But the point is, we get this whole thing, our heads wrapped around this issue of money and how bad it is, and make too much money, go to hell. How much is enough? I mean, how much is enough for you? So give them a number, 2 million. They ask, give them a number. Instead of saying, well, I'm not one of those people, they put you on the defensive so they can live the rest of their life not being thinkers. So they condemn anyone that has a thought. I'm telling you, there are consequences to not thinking. You ever been in back to somebody who's driving and not thinking?
Yeah.
They're going through their cell phone. You ever been at a traffic light? I mean, first thing to do, traffic light, cell phone. You know what fidget spinners are? Fidget spinner? Anybody know what that is?
Yeah.
An adult fidget spinner is Facebook. Looking for something to what? Give them a little interest in life. It's just mind-boggling to me. how you're 5 adults at a table, everyone's on cell. It's embarrassing that I don't give a stink about you or you or you. I'm more interested on what somebody in Facebook is saying. So they sit there for minutes. And no one's talking to each other. It's embarrassing. That's my wife. Huh? What? Huh? 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 Facebook's an embarrassment to me when you do it as a fidget spinner. And I was on it for about a year, and I had to get off because it was consuming 30 minutes of my day. I'd get bored. Like me, I'm a bored eater. If I get bored, I tend to want to eat. So the only thing I have on my cell phone are things that improve my life. Now, I'm not saying that Facebook is bad. It's got a lot of great value to it. And sure it does. But like anything else, it can be used to separate people and isolate people. And so you got to be thinking, why would Art Williams put down this thing? He not only gave this thing here, the six-step plan for financial success. He calls it Napoleon Hill's formula for financial success. He says you must decide what kind of price you're willing to pay. I'm willing to have 8 to 10 appointments a week. So when a person, I call and I say, how many appointments you have last week? You know what this says? He said, well, I had 4. You know what that means? There's nothing in my life I want so bad that I'm going to have 8 appointments this week to get. Because Art told us it's what? 8531. You got to have 8 appointments a week. So when a person has 3, you know what that says? I know I can have 8, and if I have 8, I make a lot more money, but I don't need that much more money. I'm okay where we are. Between my wife and me. Between my husband and me. And that's the loser's limp right there.
Yeah.
We hide behind our wife, our husband, how much money they're making, and we're comfortable. Well, we're supposed to serve people sacrificially. And money is the measurement of whether or not we're serving them, making their lives better. But see, only work to the level of what we're comfortable. But there's how many people out there that need to be make their lives better. I don't give a stink about them. We're doing okay. I'm making all the money I want to make. You see, we're a lot more selfish than we think we are. And money is to indicate whether or not we're selfish. We think people are selfish if they're making money. No, they're selfish if they're not making money.
That's right.
Ooh.
They'd rather sit and watch TV than go out there and make some money. Because you'll go out there to make some money, but you will not make a phone call to make somebody's life better. Because how do I know? We've had hundreds of thousands of people come through this thing, and they all want to help people better. I was the crusade. That's why I came in for the crusade. It wasn't about the money for me, Bill. Oh, see that halo coming on their head? It's not about money to me. Money, money's great, but I hate it. I hate it. I hate it when these guys making a lot of money say that. Hate it. Why? Because it's delivering a message that you should not be thinking about money. I'm telling you, if you're not thinking about money, you're going to be worrying about money. And most of you are worrying about money some part of your life. If you're not worrying about money for you, you're worrying about money for somebody else who wasn't thinking about money. You ever see somebody who never thought about money, now they're broke, and they're asking you to help them? Well, they were out there watching TV. That's why in America today, all these poor people, whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. This room is free. Anybody have to pay to get in?
Nope.
Were the doors locked? We saw who's coming in like a speakeasy? No. These doors are open every night of the week. Somewhere we're training people how to not be debt, how to be financially independent, have money, accumulate money. Why is it everybody coming here? Because they're poor by choice. Oh, that's not right, Bill. A lot of these people didn't choose to be poor. They chose to be poor by not coming here. Because you know how many people you've invited to come? Mm-hmm. How many people have you invited? No, I'm good. I'm happy where I am. Mm-hmm. Now, are some people poor because of life circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally because why? No. Fatherless home. Guy has 5 kids by 5 different women, and they're all broke. Well, yeah, right? Like the guy Ricky. He's got a sister like she's broke, always needed money. You see, I didn't cause that. It wasn't the school systems. The point is that I can't fix that. All I can do is have meetings. Bring them in. I'll teach them. I'll train. I'll give them a free book called How Money Works, free. I'll train them. They don't even have to join. I'll train them. We'll teach them. We'll teach them all these principles about money. But they're not coming here, are they? They're going to the malls to get more in debt. But I can't affect that. So the answer is, how do you fix poverty? Educate people about money. So they make choices not to what? To be poor anymore. Isn't that what you decided? I'm not going to be poor anymore. Somewhere along the line, someone in your family made the turn. Somebody in your family's been going, they call it the curse, right? A family curse. Well, you got to break away from the curse. My mother called the monthlies the curse. That's what she called it. You ever have a month? You got the curse. My famous one is, she's going through the change. You ever had that growing up? She's going through the change. I don't know why. You ever have a mother do that?
Yeah.
They quiet, they turn their heads, and they lower their voice. It's funny. I didn't know you were going to get all this. All my
Wait till that guy in California did.
quirks. You must think about reaching your goal every day. All right, it's 9:30 in the morning. How many of you have been thinking about your financial goal for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, your net worth, your income goal already this morning? Don't raise your hand. One person, thank you. What are you thinking about? If you're not thinking about that, what are you thinking about? Isn't that funny how you check Facebook the first thing in the morning? Check the news. My life is so great. I stop watching, listening, or hearing about the news. I heard this thing the other day about Barcelona, and my heart's broken for them. You know what? Next week it'll be something else.
Yeah.
And I don't need to know all the nitty gritty about all the stuff happening, because 2 weeks from now it'll be someplace else. And I'm not thinking about the stuff that's going to make my life better. Now I know all that stuff's out there, right? But I can't control anything. I got one vote. How many votes do you have? I got one vote. I made my vote. They got their votes. And we'll see how things work out, right? The point I'm making is, I'm on a news diet. And that's great. I'm more positive, I'm more optimistic. I'm telling you, I have more energy. Because that stuff saps me.
Right.
Yeah.
It does. Hearing about all the horror stories and about this and that. And the pipeline has given me more energy because it's given me the words, it's given me the thoughts, it's given me the visual. I am so excited about letting people have a pipeline in their life. And the fact that they can come here and never have to worry about money again. Do you think my wife ever worries about money? No. Why? We've got a pipeline of money coming in, so we don't have to what? Worry about money. You only worry about money when you're toting that bucket. Like he's telling me a bunch of bad stuff could be happening to Chrysler Motors. And you know, they're laying off people here, and some of that company laid off people. When you hear about a company laying off people, you get a little bit of in your heart. And so what? The stress level goes up, right? Because, you know, I got to tote a bucket. And if I get laid off, I got to go find another bucket toting job. Let's see, then I am not putting money away. And my kids need money. And my mother's sick, and she needs money. So you're worrying about money all the time. Tell a story about this one woman, a friend of ours in Durango, Colorado, that came down with acute leukemia in one day. Just found out, cure flighted. And she said, and she's been through all this chemo treatment, kills everything. And then they put the good stuff back into her, you know, all how that works. He said the funny part is that I believe stress caused the cancer. But I have no money coming in because they fired me 2 weeks after I came down with cancer. They fired me. What do you think they're going to do? You would too if you're the boss, wouldn't you? You'd fire somebody, wouldn't you? Yeah, why? How long are you going to pay somebody? Do you have a housekeeper? If they get sick, they can't clean your house anymore. How long are you going to pay them for the rest of their life? No. We say that's not right. You know, we don't pay people if we need to have served and they can't serve us. We got to give it to somebody else, and we can't pay them both. So I got to make choices, right? And then she said the funny thing is now I've got stress over not having any money coming in, and the stress I have because I don't have any money is greater than the personal stress I had that caused the cancer. Now they say, with all this treatment, and you're very vulnerable, you could get infection, you've got to eliminate all the stress in your life. Wow. No money coming in, how do I eliminate that thing?
Right.
And the doctor said, you may not work for a year or two. And then she says, then what am I going to do? How am I going to make my money, right? So we've been talking to her about the pipeline, but she's too ill to even talk about it right now. See, the point is, if you had a pipeline, Frank Joyce had a stroke. His income never went down from $20,000 a month. Cindy Kicklighter came down with cancer 4 years ago this September. Unexpected, walked in, had a lump, life changed. But you know what? She had a pipeline.
Yeah.
14, 15,000 a month kept coming in. She said, Bill, I don't know what I would have done, because she went to cancer treatment. She went to like 4 or 5 different places. She literally has not worked in 3 years, not a day. She started coming back about a year ago, a little bit here and a little bit there. But the pipeline was already built. See, what are you offering people? I mean, we got to be heartfelt about this. This is not a game. This is not a deal. I'm not trying to get people into this thing so I can get a promotion. I mean, when you make a phone call, know who you're calling and what their life is like being a bucket toter. And you got to say, I want them to have a pipeline in their life. My life changed when I stopped making phone calls because I needed to make phone calls. I still made the phone calls, but I took a second before I made the call to gather myself and saying there's a human being on the other end of this line, and I didn't know about the pipeline system then, and they got a job, and there's a section of the corporate dream. They need an income coming in, a residual income. They need to be an RVP, and I'm just going to let them know this thing exists. And when I got on the phone, my ratios increased. And then when I asked for referrals, they gave me referrals. And then when I sat across from somebody and said, give me 3 names, text me, they gave me the names. If they go, you ever have people do that? No, I don't think so. So what's going on in the they're judging your sincerity. They're judging your honesty, their truthfulness, and how they feel about you. And all you can do is pour on the sincerity, honesty, and say words like dead serious, because that gets you right. Can I be dead serious with you for a second? I'm telling you that works. Because people rarely meet somebody that they feel good about and trust. Most people are kind of here today, gone tomorrow, kind of, And then when they meet somebody, there's something that goes on, because we tend to think, Dan, that the communication in our lives is brain to brain. It's heart to heart.
Yeah.
Art Williams said, you win with your heart,
After the heart.
not your head. Thank you, Larry, for reminding me yesterday. There's a, remember when we were kids, we had that tin cans, wire in between, right? Well, now it's attached to the heart. And then you'll start hearing people say, again, are you heartfelt about this? Are you pouring your heart into this? Is this something that you desperately want them to get and you're earnest with them, and you're going to have your heart broken. You're going to care about them so much, and then they say, oh, no, never do that, and you get your heart broken, but you know, it's their thing. You did your best, but you not only did your best with your mouth, you did your best with your heart. Because people don't hear you, they feel you. Like Carol. Love you. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're good at your, love you. Hey, come back here. Now, I say, I love you. I'm telling you, this texting stuff. I write a note to my wife, texting, I love you. She texts back, thank you, but where's the emoji? You know what I mean? Where's the hearts? Where's the guy with the tear with the heart? I've got a daughter-in-law, 2 words and 15 emojis. But the point I'm making is the emoji is the heartfelt expression how you're feeling on the inside.
Right.
And you know this. You know this. When you're giving a presentation, and a guy says, excuse me, Dan, excuse me. Yeah, you're going through this thing. He said, you really believe in this, don't you? You've got to start hearing that. Yep. So it's not the words you say, it's the heartfelt pain almost that you're going through because you want him to have a pipeline life. And you can't be phony baloney about it. You can't do it because I want to recruit, I need a recruit, I want a double digit, I want to go RVP, I need this guy to join so I can tell Bill Orender to get off my back, I got to recruit. I'll never forget, I went through a period, maybe about 3 weeks, where I couldn't make a sale in the early days. And I went in to talk to Virginia. She said, I know exactly what the problem is. You're counting your money at the table. And I said, what do you mean? You're sitting there thinking how much money you're going to make off that sale. You count their money. You don't count your money.
Wow.
Now when you walk out the door, then you count your money. And I learned a lesson there. When you're in the presence of other people, it's all about them.
There you go.
Now, again, that might be 5 minutes. Then I'm happy where I am, never mind, and I move. I don't sit there and dwell on it. I go to the next one, because why? I just rejected them. They didn't qualify. Reject. Next one, I'll give you a shot. I'll give you about 5 to 8 minutes. And if you don't listen quickly, I got to move on. But in that 5 or 8 minutes, I'm giving you the best I can. I can't do any better than what I'm giving. That's the only thing I can give you is my best. Well, I might be between my wife and I were making pretty good disappear, but never mind. Thank you very much. You can be the greatest guy in the world. Tonight, you and I got to talk. Like I was telling some people yesterday that Art Williams used my name in this talk years ago. He said, you know, if Bill Orender came in tomorrow and sat in my office, closed the door, that's always bad news. Could I close the door? And it's kind of like your wife saying, we got to talk. Worst words in my life. Or when you're downline. Because it's not a talk, it's a, here's what you're not doing right. You're not doing it, you're not doing that. And he said, you know, Bill Orender said, I'm not, you know, Bart, I just got to quit. I'm not making any money. Art will say, he said, I say all the right thing, Bill. You can be a stud. I know you've been so good, Bill. He'd say, as soon as Bill left, I'd throw up in a trash can, make me so sick that he quit. But you know what? I'm back on the phone call the next one. That's as long as that thing's going to last. I care about you for 7, 8 minutes. Then after that, I got to move on to the one that wants this, that is enticed by pipeline life. Because I can't dwell. What's wrong with Gerald? If I can just get Gerald going, if I can just, listen, he's 40 years old and he spent 40 years getting his belief system from parents and teachers and friends. I can't change his belief system in 5 to 8 minutes. I just give him the best shot. Like Virginia used to say, see me now or see me later, but you got to see me.
That's right.
It's like the parable of the sower. You've got a good seed and a hard-working sower. Some's going to fall on hard ground, shallow ground, thorny ground, and fertile ground. And even the fertile ground is 30, 60, or 100 fold. It's not all 100. So you got some people that are happy to be RLs. You got some people happy to be RVPs, don't need to go any further. Some people happy to make 50,000 a year. Some people happy to make 100. Some people happy to make $1 million. See, the point is, if he says no, my seed's still a good seed. And I'm a hard-working sower. I did my job. But he's got the hard ground. It's his problem. All you rich people are like, that's his problem. So what's my job? Go next one, right? Virginia Carter's taught me this. She said, the key word you got to remember in your life is next. When he's sitting there telling me all the reasons, blah, 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 I'm going next. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, all right. I'll be right. Okay, Art William told you, you're probably right. Say that to people all the time. You're probably right.
Wow. That's right.
And I say, okay, I got my 10 o'clock coming with Zenaida. Okay, thank you very much. This is great. You're much read this material. Zenaida, blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know, between my husband, blah, 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 blah. Next. I need to get 3 names I'll help you with. Well, I don't believe I got to think about it a little bit next. Because you know why? I got to go through all the people to get to the one God meant me to get to. When you drill an oil well, it's not on top of the ground. It's not like the Beverly Hillbillies. Pow! Oil coming out. You got to drill sometimes 1,000 feet down. 1,000 feet's 100 stories. That's a long way to get to the oil. But when you get there, gushers happen. So I got to drill it deep. That's what I'm doing here. 4 deep. Art Williams said you can solve every problem by recruiting someone going 4 deep. And then he said what? You're 1 recruit away from an explosion. So now we know where the recruit is that will cause an explosion. Which one is it?
4
deep. 4. That's number 4, yeah. So we now know. I just got to get to 4. I get to you, you. You're the one I want. Now, it might be you, might be you, might be you, might be the next one. But I got to, for his sake, got to take him down 4. If I love him, care about him, want the best for him, the only thing I can do is take him 40. Is he coming to PFSU? Oh, yeah. Is he going to pass the exam? Oh, yeah. Is he coming to Saturday training? Yes. Is he canceling other unimportant things in his life? Yes. Why? Oh, he's got money coming. Like Reggie was telling me, I got to get my daughter a license. I said, no, you don't. You got to get your daughter 4 people. If she just had, she can't make any money until, no, she can't make any money until she gets 4 people. When they get 4 people, they're rushing to the, when's the next PFSU? I got to go. Like people say, when should I get my securities license? When you get about 25 people. Then think about it. But mostly when you have a sale that's staring you in the eye. I got about $300,000. You do? Joe, I got to get my securities license. How do I get my securities? And then that's when they should get their securities license. Until then, they don't need it.
Right. That's right.
Because then you can rush out and get it because he's going to wait. Well, I got about 3 or 4 more minutes. I got this arrangement with the plane. I'm not there. They can leave without me. So, Karen, remember I said, who did I come here for? And so what are you getting out of all this? By the way, one last thing. Art Williams gave out this sheet. Now, why would he do this?
Because it's important.
What is your plan to be a millionaire? What is your plan? Oh, no, not goal, plan. A lot of people have goals. What's your plan to have a better marriage? What's your plan to what? Have $1 million. What's your plan to be an RVP with 10 RVPs underneath you? Life won't give you what you want, what you're willing to plan and fight for.
Yes.
Plan and fight for. He says, you put away $4,304 a month for 10 years, you're a cash millionaire. See, now you know. If you don't know any better, you can't do any better. Now you know. You see that? All right, Karen, last words and I get to run.
I'm totally sold out to the pipeline system. I know that's what I do. I build pipelines. So to make people's lives better. And that's the only way it's gonna be better, because toting that bucket is not going to give them a better life. And I'm excited. I have a clear vision. I know what to do. I'm confident. I don't have any doubt. Like I told you yesterday, we tried a lot of different things, but now the system that we have, I feel like I'm home. I've got what I need.
The only thing you need to add is this sheet of paper right here. You've got to have a financial network goal you're after.
Okay.
I promise you, that's the only thing that is the mortar and the bricks. Because so many of us come here for all the wrong reasons. Do you want to marry a girl for all the wrong reasons? No. Primerica is a system that gives you what you want. The requirement is what? You got to know what you want. If you don't mind, we're going to scoot right out of here. We'll be seeing you all soon. All right, when I come next time, I want to promote an RVP, Larry and Karen. Dan, see everybody later. Take care.
Thank you. Great job, Bill.